I still remember the cold sting of their words, the way my family's laughter echoed in my ears when I announced my dream. "You're dreaming, it's ridiculous," my mother scoffed, her eyes narrowing with disbelief. "You're embarrassing us," my father added, shaking his head as if I'd just committed a crime. My siblings just rolled their eyes, dismissing my ambitions as childish fantasies. They called it foolish, naive, impossible, and most cruelly, a waste of time. And for years, I let their words sink into me, dimming my fire, shrouding my dreams in doubt. But deep inside, I knew I was meant for more. I refused to accept their version of reality, because my heart knew I was destined for something bigger, something real. So I clenched my fists and decided I would prove them wrong. I would chase this impossible dream, no matter how ridiculous it seemed. I started small, working tirelessly in a tiny studio, pouring my soul into every piece I created. Every rejection, every failed attempt was a knife in my side, but I refused to give up. I clung to my vision, working late into the night, sacrificing comfort and stability for a shot at greatness. Slowly, the world began to notice. My work caught fire online. Doors started opening. Opportunities blossomed where before there was only silence. Years passed. The journey was brutal, filled with doubts, setbacks, moments when I wanted to give in, to surrender to the easy, familiar path. But each time I stumbled, I rose stronger. I learned, I grew, I evolved. And finally, the day arrived when I stood on a stage, accepting an award I had only dared to dream of as a girl. The applause thundered in my ears as I looked out at a crowd that believed in me, an audience that saw my worth. And just like that, I had built not just a career, but a life that defied their expectations, shattered their narrow judgments, and proved that fighting for what you believe in is worth every ounce of pain. Then the time came. I knew it was inevitable. My success had become undeniable, and my heart longed to go home, to finally show them what I had become. I booked the flight, my hands trembling with anticipation and a flicker of defiance. I was ready to face the ghosts of their ridicule, to confront the people who once mocked my dreams. Walking into that house, everything felt surreal. The familiar walls, the scent of my childhood, but everything had changed. My family was gathered in the living room, their faces a mixture of surprise, curiosity, and that familiar hint of skepticism. I saw my mother's eyes widen, her jaw slackening, as if she couldn't believe what she saw. I stepped forward, my posture confident, my voice steady. "Mom, Dad, siblings, I'm here to show you something." They looked at me like I was a stranger, like I'd become someone they couldn't recognize. And in that moment, I understood the depth of their doubts, their judgments. For years, I had been fighting against their disbelief, fighting to become something they said I never could. I took a deep breath and looked around at their faces. "This is who I've become. I didn't let your words define me. I didn't give up when you told me I was wasting my time. I believed in myself, because I had to, for me." My voice cracked just a little, but I pressed on. "You laughed at my dreams. You told me I was embarrassing the family, but I turned that pain into fuel. I worked harder. I proved that dreams aren't ridiculous, they're necessary. They're what keep us alive." A silence fell. My father looked away, uncomfortable, maybe ashamed. My mother's eyes flickered with something I couldn't quite define, perhaps regret, perhaps pride hiding beneath her defensiveness. My siblings looked at me differently now, uncertain, maybe a little ashamed of their earlier cruelty. I took a step closer and finally said what needed to be said. "I did this for myself, and I did it despite you. But I hope, someday you'll see that my fight was worth it, that I am worth it." The moment stretched, heavy with unspoken truths. Then slowly my mother stepped forward, tears in her eyes. "I was wrong," she whispered, voice trembling. "I didn't see your fire, I was afraid. But I see now, you are brave, you are strong, and I am proud of you." My heart swelled with a mixture of relief and victory. I had come home not just to show my success, but to show them that their doubts couldn't hold me back. That their words, once like chains, had only made me stronger. As I turned to leave, I looked back at their faces, no longer dismissive, but changed. I had returned victorious, not just in my career, but in my spirit. I had proven that no matter how ridiculous others say your dreams are, if you believe hard enough, if you fight hard enough, you can rise above. And in that quiet, powerful moment of confrontation, I knew I had finally claimed my place, on my own terms, in my own story. I had faced rejection, humiliation, and doubt, but I had emerged resilient, unstoppable, a testament to the unbreakable power of believing in oneself. This isn't just my story. It's a warning to anyone listening. Don't let anyone tell you your dreams are too big, too wild, too impossible. Because if I can turn ridicule into triumph, so can you. Stand tall, fight fiercely, and never stop chasing what sets your soul on fire. The world may mock you now, but your victory will silence every last doubter. And when you come home, when you finally show them what you're made of, they'll never forget who you truly are.